Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking one of the absolute most fascinating corporate evolutions of the modern era, Reliance Industries Limited. Now, if you've been following global business even a little bit, you know Reliance. But we aren't just looking at a large conglomerate today. We're decoding a massive, meticulously engineered ecosystem transition. We're going to break down exactly how this industrial titan shifted from an upstream oil and chemicals focus directly into the pockets, the living rooms, and the daily habits of hundreds of millions of consumers. So, let's dive right in.
Just look at that number, roughly 500 million. That is the number of Jio Telecom subscribers. But this isn't just some standard telecom metric. It really represents the front door to an entire empire. 500 million people, all integrated into a single network. But to understand the true power of this staggering number, we kind of have to zoom out and look at the larger puzzle.
And that brings us to the central question of our explainer today. How exactly did an industrial giant, a company whose roots are literally deep in the ground with oil refineries and petrochemicals, build India's ultimate digital life platform? It's a strategic mystery, and it requires us to look past isolated marketing campaigns and really examine a foundational shift in how a business actually operates.
Section 1. The Master Ecosystem Strategy.
If we look back before 2016, Reliance was primarily known for its oil-to-chemicals, or O2C business. But 2016, that was the pivot. That was the launch of Jio, and it was a total masterstroke, designed to acquire massive scale through connectivity. Fast forward to the present day, and they've completely parlayed that connectivity into omni-channel dominance spanning retail, media, and consumer goods. And looking ahead? Well, they're already laying the groundwork for what they call Reliance 3.0, which focuses heavily on AI and green energy.
So how exactly did that 2016 pivot work? Well, here is the exact playbook of their flywheel strategy. Step 1. Acquire. They used free or near-free ultra-low-cost data to seize market share at just an unprecedented rate. Connectivity was absolutely the ultimate acquisition tool. Then, Step 2. Bundle. Once those millions of users were on the network, Reliance began aggressively cross-selling a massive suite of services, everything from Jio Cinema for streaming your favorite shows to JioMart for your everyday shopping. And finally, Step 3. Lock-in. They use the incredibly rich data generated across all these touchpoints to hyper-personalize the consumer experience. This naturally raises the average revenue per user over time and, crucially, drastically reduces customer churn. It essentially keeps people happily right inside their ecosystem.
But you gotta remember, this flywheel isn't just digital. Their omni-channel dominance blends over 18,800 physical stores. Think about that, roughly 79 million square feet of space spread across over 7,000 cities, with digital apps, WhatsApp commerce, and these brilliant partnerships with local mom-and-pop Kirana stores. The sheer contrast here is almost funny when you think about it. This is literally a company that provides the fuel for your car via GeoBP, dresses you through retail outlets like Trends, and runs the smart TV in your living room. They've essentially created these frequent, almost unavoidable consumer touchpoints at every single turn of daily life.
Moving right along to Section 2. Dissecting the marketing mix.
When you actually break down their execution using the classic 4 Ps of marketing, the scope is pretty staggering. Under product, it's highly diversified. Connectivity for sure, but also fast-moving consumer goods like the revived Campa Cola, and even exclusive global beauty partnerships. For price, they cover a massive spectrum. They utilize aggressive penetration pricing to grab market share and everyday low prices in grocery to maintain high volume, but then they'll completely pivot and offer premium tiers like AGO Luxe for the luxury segment. Under place, we see that massive pan-India physical density paired right up with sophisticated digital platforms, and for promotion, they beautifully blend highly targeted digital-first performance ads with massive traditional media bets. Acquiring the IPL cricket rights via JioStar, for instance, that secures enormous reach and highly coveted ad inventory.
And this perfectly transitions into their strategic brand architecture. They are incredibly smart about separating the corporate trust of the Reliance name from the sharper, consumer-facing brands designed for highly specific market segments. Reliance is the overarching umbrella of trust and scale. But when you want digital life, you interact directly with Jio. When you want fashion or beauty, they target you with Agio and Tira. And for your daily groceries and fast-moving consumer goods, you're engaging with Campa or Independence. They ensure they don't force a single clunky monolithic brand name onto every single unique consumer segment.
Okay, Section 3. Data, AI, and personalization.
Enter GeoBrain. Remember that massive 500 million subscriber number from earlier? Well, this is exactly where that incredible scale pays off. GeoBrain takes that massive pool of subscriber data to power highly targeted offers and customer relationship management flows across SMS, email, and WhatsApp. By deeply understanding what you watch, what you buy, and how you browse, they can hyper-personalize their recommendations. And make no mistake, this isn't just about selling more stuff. It's a fundamental retention strategy designed to dramatically reduce customer churn.
It really all boils down to this core philosophy. Connectivity is the entry point, physical retail is the fulfillment backbone, and data and AI for relevance. This perfectly illustrates that Reliance's marketing isn't just about isolated campaigns like a one-off festival sale, though they definitely execute those to great effect. Ultimately, it's a living, integrated organism where every single consumer interaction feeds directly right into the next.
Let's pivot a bit for Section 4, Strengths versus Strategic Hurdles.
Now, to be totally fair, running an empire this huge comes with some serious reality checks. On one side, their strengths are absolutely undeniable. Unmatched scale, deep consumer brand trust, incredible agility for a company of their size, and importantly, the massive cash flows from their legacy O2C business that actually fund all this consumer growth. But on the flip side, the hurdles are steep. They face a significantly lower average revenue per user, or ARPU, in their mass prepaid telecom segments when you compare them to global peers. Plus, there is immense execution complexity across highly diverse businesses, which can sometimes lead to lagging customer experiences in certain verticals. Add to that the heavy capital expenditure required to just maintain this infrastructure, alongside intense competition from global tech giants like Meta and Google for digital ad dollars, and you quickly see the genuine, daily risks they've got to navigate.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, the Reliance Future Outlook.
So what exactly does Reliance 3.0 look like? Well, here are the main frontiers they're pushing right now. First, they're aggressively expanding into enterprise and multilingual AI tools with Reliance Intelligence. Second, they are evolving their legacy industrial operations by expanding deeply into green energy, new materials, and renewables. Third, they're taking that massive existing store network and turning them into highly efficient ship-from-store hubs to scale quick commerce, literally delivering groceries in minutes via GeoMart. And fourth, they are heavily pushing into connected TV, actively integrating content with commerce. All of this is designed to ensure that massive flywheel keeps spinning faster, reaching even further into the consumer's future.
Which leaves us with this final, honestly pretty provocative thought. As Reliance expands its digital life platform into artificial intelligence and green energy, is there any actual limit to this ecosystem? Think about it. They've successfully transitioned from oil to mobile data to massive omni-channel retail. What happens when the company providing your internet and your groceries is also powering the AI infrastructure and the renewable energy grid of the future? It is a fascinating corporate evolution to watch unfold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this structured look helped demystify the incredible flywheel empire of Reliance Industries.